Hello everyone, I'm Chestic44, Hosinian Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights, Tyrants of the Moonsea. Last episode, the town here happened to be attacked, and it was a bit of a fight in order to kill all the demons, but we did kill them all. Now, we spoke with a harper, who basically told us, yeah, come talk to me in the inn, which we will do after I go looking around the town a bit. As I feel like I probably should. So we got this. This is, I can sell some of this loot that I have to you. To get a bit more money.
What can I do for you?
So, sell you this, sell you this, sell you this. What kind is this? Striker. 1d6 electrical damage plus 3 enhancement bonus. I can sell that, I'm fine with it. And a leather hide. Sure, why not? For the most part, well, while I would like some better armor, like full plate, I'm fine with the banded mail for now. Though a cloak of protection actually wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't need a nymph cloak, but a cloak of protection for some extra AC? Go for it. And while I would like to have one of these, I think I'll hang on to my coin. Well, now that takes up a lot of money. Alright, I'll stick with what I got here. At least I have a cloak now. Okay, let's keep looking through. Can I get into here? Yes, I can. The Boring Pig Tavern. A dead slod sprawls near a broken table. The tavern's patrons, many half-drunk, are looking at the blue-garbed woman in awe and fear. I assume you mean this Lyressa.
Hi.
You can't make out this woman's features behind her hood, but something about her feels odd. She smells strongly of perfume and spices, a cloying aroma that doesn't quite hide the stench of the grave beneath. She draws back as you approach.
There's no need to get so close. Can't a girl have some personal space?
I'm Luca Narani, I mean you no harm.
I'm Lyressa. Fool me for picking the boring pig for a quiet drink, I guess. If it's not rowdy drunks looking for a brawl, it's howling fiends tearing the door off its hinges.
Tell me about the slod attack.
That thing just burst in here and started smashing up the place. Luckily, I was in a good position to strike at the fiend before it harmed anybody. The green variety tends to be a bit stupid. It wasn't hard to leap up onto it and stab it a few times.
Why are you hiding your face?
You mean aside from attracting random strangers eager to satisfy their curiosity? I find that most folks don't like seeing the walking dead ambling around when they're enjoying a quiet drink at the local tavern.
Surely you're not serious.
About the ambling part? No, of course not. I've been told it's more of a graceful stride. Look, we all have our faults. Some people can't handle their drink. Others have excessive nostril hair. I promise I don't try to eat people's brains.
You're unlike any undead I've ever met.
Thanks. You make me feel special. If I actually had a heart, rather than a shriveled up decaying piece of tissue, it'd be singing with joy. But I should probably start from the beginning. Some years ago, I awoke on a hard stone slab in a necromancer's laboratory in Suzale. He was quite surprised to learn that I retained my own body and thoughts. I used his moment of confusion to escape. Since then, I've been wandering the north. It's a beautiful place, especially when you don't need to worry about the biting cold. Still, it can get a little lonely. I decided I needed some company, so I came here.
I could use some help on my adventures.
You're the first person I've spoken to that hasn't screamed and reached for the pitchfork when they learned my true nature. I might be dead, but I can pick a lock or sneak around as well as anyone. It's a pleasure to travel with you.
Oh, okay, Lyressa, let's see. Undead, chaotic, neutral, rogue. Okay, rogue, perfect. Immunity to a lot of things. She'll be useful. And she's got Disable Trap and Open Lock. That is exactly what I needed.
Hi.
The town guard are mostly dead, and very soon there's going to be a food shortage. I feel sorry for the people here. I mean, I'm already dead, and I don't need to eat, but I can vaguely recall what it was like to be human. Once we've left Voonlar, we can begin hunting down the Order of the Crippled Fang and putting a stop to their evil. Then, trade will return to the area. Tell me a bit about yourself. I'm afraid I don't have much to tell, Luca. It's been 3 years since I awakened in my present condition. Whatever dark ritual was performed to make me undead, it wiped my memory clean. All I remembered upon waking was my name, that and a face, a young face, a boy. Who he is and what meaning he holds, I can't remember. It's like trying to find a stone in a huge black tavern. Do you know who did this to you? A powerful necromancer named Dragoth the Bone Mage. He keeps himself hidden from the authorities in Suzale. There's no way they'd tolerate his evil activities if they knew. Tell me more about what happened when you woke up. It was like emerging from a dream. I felt myself floating in an endless void of cold. Then, suddenly, I was flailing around on a stone table. I managed to unlock the shackles holding me to the slab and escape. Don't you want to find out who you were before? I don't know. Sometimes I feel like returning to Suzale and shaking that necromancer until he reveals every last detail of who I was and what he did to me. Other times I feel it'd be better if I never learned of my previous life. I get the feeling I wasn't a good person. Why do you say that? I'm pretty sure I wasn't a cleaning maid or a merchant's wife. I have skills, the art of stealth, the ability to kill with a dagger thrust. Without them, I could never have escaped the necromancer's tower. Who was I to possess such skills? Back to my other questions. Can I ask you some questions? Do you have any means of healing yourself? That's a good question. The dead can't heal themselves in the same way as the living. Don't even think about trying to cast a healing spell on me or giving me a restorative potion. It'll only cause damage. While you might regain your strength through resting, that's not an option for me. The dead need no rest. Fortunately, my body remembers itself over time. Lost limbs grow back, gaping wounds close. It makes for quite a neat party trick. Being undead must have its benefits. Some. I can stroll around in the freezing cold wearing only light clothing and not feel a thing. I don't need to breathe, eat, or sleep. I'm immune to poisons and venom. But it can get very lonely being dead. Even animals still steer well clear of you. What are your thoughts on our current situation? First, dress up warm. I may be able to stroll around naked in freezing temperatures, but you need to be a little more careful. Also look for anything, weapons or otherwise, that will prove useful against fiends and other outsiders. Okay. And let me see your inventory. So you have +2 bolts, and a light crossbow, and a short sword, small shield, and Lyressa's tunic. Lyressa's tunic is a dark midnight blue and black, ideal for blending into the shadows during the early hours of the morning. It smells faintly of herbs, which Lyressa employs to keep herself smelling fresh. Okay. And she has a ring of protection. Might need to replace that at some point, but I think you'll be good. Okay, bartender.
Hello there.
This grimy-looking fellow stinks of ale, and the glazed look in his eyes indicates that he isn't averse to sampling his own wares. He gives you a big, red-faced grin. What do you be wanting, stranger? Why is there a dead slot in your tavern? Don't mind that. Overgrown frog burst in through the door a short time back, started breaking everything in sight. The hooded woman leaped up onto its back and gave it the kiss of steel, if you know what I mean. Something to drink? Yeah, just merchant. Okay. Well, we have an undead ally. I need to find some place to rest. I think I should probably rest... Well, I think I'll be fine for a bit. The Lock Tower. The foreboding Lock Tower looms above the town, the shadow it casts symbolic of the oppressive regime that rules Voonlar.
Sorry, no can do.
Get lost! This tower isn't taking visitors at this time. Okay, fair enough. How about the Temple of Shantia?
Sorry, no can
The temple is closed, the door locked and bolted. The bronze orders are obviously in effect. Okay. Let me drop a save here, just in case. Alright, what's in here? Although the door is locked, it doesn't look particularly sturdy. You could probably break in if you wanted. And that's why we have the thief. Oh, I can rest. Cannot rest here, you son of a bitch.
It's a long day.
Hey, what in the nine hells are you doing? This is my home. I know it ain't much, but that don't mean you can just barge in like you own the place. Besides, we ain't got nothing worth stealing. Please accept my apologies. Here's 10 gold. The man's jaw drops open and he stares at the coins in his hand in disbelief. 10 gold? I don't have anything worth half of that, my lady. I don't know why you'd choose to bless a man in this way, but you have my thanks. 10 gold.
Well,
Thank you
hello to
so
you.
much for your kindness. Alright, well, we're a little good now and gained a little experience. Sure, why not? There's a tree stump here, which might have something in it. Woodcutter's axe. Something I could probably sell. I don't think I need it.
Sorry. No.
There's nothing within the house but dust and cobwebs. You see no reason to explore further at this time. Okay. Well, I guess now we can head upstairs, where I believe we'll be able to rest. Oh, hello. This tall, grim-looking man regards you with icy blue eyes. His armor is spattered in blood, and yellow ichor drips from his longsword, which he holds with practiced ease. When he speaks, his voice is deep and confident.
Well met. I'm glad you made it back here in one piece. My name is Astar Greysteel. I went out to look for you after I killed that rock, but I soon ran into some trouble of my own. Thankfully, that wizard over there fights better than he dresses.
You must be a powerful warrior to have taken on fiends.
I'm just a mercenary, one who fights better than most. I was half asleep when the scream started, but by the time I had my armor on and came downstairs, the attack was already well underway.
What do you know about this attack?
Not a damn thing. I thought the Zentarum were bad enough, but this new group is like a pack of rabid dogs. They are merciless, and they attack everything in sight.
And who's this wizard you mentioned?
I know little of him, except that he was the only one with the courage to venture outside and help battle the fiends. You'd never have thought it by looking at him, but he fights like a demon himself.
And why would a simple mercenary risk his life to help me?
I figured I owed you one for knocking the brawn onto his hairy arse. He's a nasty piece of work, and his comeuppance was well overdue. Besides, I couldn't stand idly by while fiends tore the town apart.
I want to ask you some other questions. Oh. My name is Luca Narani. I could use some help.
Then let us travel together for a time. The Moonsea's a dangerous place. Few brave its perils and survive for long without an ally watching their back. Yeah, we should check out the Boring Peg Tavern before we depart Voonlar. The tavern was attacked by a slad. I don't know who slew the beast, but whoever it was is also a potential ally.
Don't worry, I already got her. So we've got Astar. He is a neutral good fighter. Just like me. Perfect. What is his specialization? He's cleave, great cleave. He's also a longsword, so he's basically me. But he has more mobility, spring attack. Okay, little different. Equipment-wise, he's got a +2 longsword, a +2 large shield, a +2 cloak of protection, and Astar's half plate. Astar's armor is superbly crafted and enchanted to ward off the strongest blows.
Voonlar is safe for the moment. It's fortunate the attack occurred while we were here, or else the town would be a smoking ruin by now. Well, if we're gonna hunt down this cult, then we're gonna need some way to leave Voonlar. Until the lockdown is declared over and the gates are opened, we're stuck here. I'd suggest asking around. I mean, there must be someone who knows a way out of this damn town.
Tell me a bit about yourself, Astar. The warrior goes silent for a moment and then sighs. I fight, Luca. I fight for gold and sometimes for glory. I've been up and down the Sword Coast, all over the western heartlands, and to the frontiers of the frigid north. I've served in some of the greatest mercenary companies in the realms. The Flaming Fist, the Swords of Tempest, the Crimson Guard. However, my true home is here, in the Moonsea. These are my people, for good or for ill. Tell me about where you come from. I was born in Mulmaster, the city of danger. Sail due east from Gentle Keep and you'll eventually reach it, perched on the edge of the Moonsea like some predatory beast. Mulmaster is a grim place, ruled by a wicked man and his puppet council. What was your life like before becoming a sellsword? I would rather not discuss that right now, Luca. I wasn't always a sellsword, but that's what I find myself. A mercenary doomed to a life of wandering, unable to ever return home. What do you seek to gain by traveling with me? Aster gazes into the distance. I wish I could answer that question. The truth is, I do not know. Perhaps when a man has spent his whole life fighting, violence itself becomes reason enough to go on fighting. For now, I only wish to help you stop the Order. May I ask you some questions? How did you end up in Voonlar? I was in Cormyr doing work for the Crown when I heard the whispers of trouble in the Moonsea. Once I had finished clearing out the Orc Band I'd been contracted to kill and collected my pay, I made my way north. Voonlar is the gateway to the Moonsea, the gateway to deadly adventure, and with it, great reward. I had been in Voonlar a short while before you showed up. Truth is, I heard rumors of a powerful hero passing through the Dale Lands. Few have the courage or the power to do anything about the Order. I figured I'd need a capable ally. What are your thoughts on the Order? Normally, I would consider any threat to the Zhentarim to be a blessing, but the Order is an exception. I do not understand how such a powerful group can form so quickly and wreak such havoc in so short a space of time. There's some greater power at work here. What are your thoughts on our current situation? Make sure you are well equipped with enchanted weapons and ample healing supplies. This is no orc-bashing exercise we are undertaking. Demons, Slotty, and worse lie before us, and we're going to need powerful magic to combat them effectively. Alright. So, where is this mage? Aramuth Silverwind, there you are. Between his fine, stylish robes and strong sun elf blood, this half-elven wizard makes an unlikely figure to be standing in one of the roughest inns of in the Moonsea. He draws evil looks, but none have yet had the courage to challenge him.
Ah, you must be the one who led the fight against the invading fiends. Thank goodness a hero like you is in town, or we'd all be doomed.
He raises an eyebrow as you approach and gives you a sardonic smile. I understand you helped too. You have my thanks.
My apologies. This backwater town has darkened my spirits. My name is Aramuth Silverwind. Don't be fooled by my appearance. I'm as much human as I am elf, although a certain haughty noble in Waterdeep would never admit it.
A certain haughty noble?
Indeed. I'm sure my estranged father wouldn't want me spreading evidence of his infidelity across the breadth of the realms. Let's just say I'm another sad result of the well-intentioned but ultimately doomed union of human and elf.
Do you know anything about this attack?
Very little. I'd consider myself a mage of no small power, but the sheer magnitude of the art that was unleashed by whomever is leading the cult was enough to wake me from my slumber. I arrived downstairs to find the place under attack.
I hear you helped fight off the fiends.
Truth be told, I don't know why I bothered. The wretches in this town are the most insular little lot of peasants one could imagine. I was more curious about the source of the great magic I felt. I wanted to find out who was behind it.
Well, I am Luca Narani. Would you care to travel with me?
That sounds agreeable. I have no doubt you will find my services to be of great use. Let us travel together for a time and see what riches our adventures bring us.
He will actually join us. We actually have 3 companions. Alright, he is a wizard. That's not surprising. He's chaotic evil. That is a little concerning. Okay. He has combat casting. I am concerned about what kind of spells he casts and how damaging they would be, but okay. As for equipment, well, he has those. He has an amulet of natural armor, a staff of defense. Lets him use ghostly visage, mage armor, and protection from alignment. And Aramuth's robe. Gives him dodge and fire resistance. Sure, he has a staff now, but that'll be concerning later.
Yes?
The peasants here lack culture and any sense of style. No wonder, Voonlar is considered by most to be nothing more than a backwater, where embittered farmers cower under the gaze of their oafish brawn. This place is worse than the Dale Lands. We need to leave this pitiful backwater. If we can't simply force the brawn to open the gates, then we'll have to look for an alternative way out of town. Tell me a bit about yourself. My father was Gastar Hawkwinter, one of the most influential members of the famed Hawkwinter noble family of Waterdeep. He met my mother, an elven sorceress from Everesca, while she was visiting the City of Splendors during High Summer Festival. It would be romantic to say they fell in love, but the truth is that my father conducted the affair out of boredom. When my mother fell pregnant with me, he feared for his family's reputation and hired thugs to chase her out of Waterdeep. What happened to your mother after she left Waterdeep? She returned to Everesca. For an elf, especially a sun elf, getting pregnant in such circumstances was scandalous. She did the best she could to raise me, but the constant disapproval of the other elves gnawed away at her. What became of your father? He's always refused to acknowledge me, even when I returned to Waterdeep to confront him. The pitiful old fool is weak and a coward at heart. I have no desire to ever speak to him again. How did you come to learn magic? I left Everesca at the age of 25 and journeyed to Waterdeep. There, I took up an apprenticeship with a powerful mage of the city. I recently left his tutelage to make my own way in the world. I had almost surpassed him, and his authority grated on me.
What do you wish to know?
Let me ask
What
something
do you
else.
wish to know?
What we... Questions. Ask away, but take care not to pry too deeply. The trauma of my childhood has created emotional blocks that are all but unsurpassable. What were you doing in Vunlar? I've spent the last few years wandering the realms looking for new mysteries and ways to increase my power. I recently spent some time in Cormanthor, thinking to investigate the ruins of fabled Myth Draenor. Unfortunately, I had a run-in with some Drow and barely escaped. I was badly wounded and only just made it back to Vunlar. The town guard were reticent to allow me in at first. I soon convinced them otherwise. For a half-elf, you don't look very human. Aramith regards you coolly with his strangely golden eyes. Not all half-elves look like humans with slightly pointed ears. My mother was of very strong blood, a sun elf who could trace her ancestry back to the first elves of Faerun. Thankfully, I inherited very little of my father. What are your thoughts on our current situation? I am pleased you seem to value my superior intellect. I would suggest you ensure that you have sufficient magic to inflict serious damage on our foes. Fiends tend to shrug off non-magical weapons as though they were made of parchment. I'll keep that in mind. And we can go upstairs. There's Sherilyn. And we can rest. Very much we need to rest. I need to regain my health. You can hear the sound of gruff voices behind this door. They don't sound particularly friendly. Vunlar. Located northeast of Shadowdale at the junction of the roads from Shadowdale, Ulash, and Teshwave is the small town of Vunlar. It is only slightly larger than Shadowdale and is considered the latter's chief rival in the area. Officially, Vunlar is an independent town, but it is in fact a Gentish puppet. Although there are no Zhentalar in Vunlar, the leader of the town is a direct agent of Gentil Keep. Occasionally, the Gents make a few useful suggestions about how to run things, and naturally, those suggestions are obeyed without question. Vunlar is mainly a farming community, though the town proper is rather urban. Many farms, some quite prosperous, are to be found in the outlying areas of the town. The town is 6 centuries old, a fact that Vunlarians are quite proud of. It sprang up with the help of ambitious merchants and pioneers who saw the crossroads as a prime location to settle. This location has benefited the town far more than its original founders could have imagined. Its southerly landlocked location has made Vunlar a very unattractive strategic base. Because it is usually ignored by marauding bands, it has managed to remain more or less intact, something that few Moonsea cities can claim. I'm gonna drop a save before I walk into this room. Alright, what do we got in here? Oop, didn't mean to hit that. Thorn, Raced, and Zane. Damn it, Zane, you forgot to lock the bloody door again. What's wrong with ye? Ho ho! Yes, that seems to have slipped my mind once more. But never fear, friends. The opportunity has arisen to have some fun with this unsuspecting fool. The darkly dressed man turns and gives you a smile he probably considers amiable. Hail there, wanderer. It appears you've taken a wrong turn. My companions and I were just in the middle of a rather delicate discussion. Moradin's beard, Zane. Must ye go through this bloody foolishness with every sword we kill? Zane acts as though he didn't hear anything. Interruption or not, 'tis a cold and miserable day, and my friends and I would be heartless indeed to turn away a guest. Why don't you come in and join us for a bite to eat? What game are you playing, assassin? Just stick her with your dagger and be done with it. A quick thrust through the heart and we can be on with our business. Zane shakes a fist at the bald man. It's all about style, Raced. Something a barbaric tree-hugger like you would never understand. He turns back to you. The food is very good. In fact, you might even say the dessert is to die for. Thorn groans in despair. Ugh, I can't take any more of this. Get out of the damned way, Zane, and let me plant me axe in her head. We've still got a busy night ahead of us, and I'll be damned if I'm going to listen to any more of your nonsense. Oh, shut up, you stinky little dwarf. I'm sick of you two cramping my style. After we're finished here, I'm going back to being a lone operative. There's just no sense of dramatic flair in the modern-day hired killer, is there? He shakes his head sadly. And this little display is why I prefer the company of animals. If you're quite finished, Zane, I'd suggest we get down to business. The druid levels his wicked-looking spear at you. Blood for the Beast Lord! Die, fool!
My blade shall lead the way.
Right. On with this. Okay, you know what? Oh, now you're focused on Thorn.
A quick in and out should do it.
Can we please kill one of them? Ooh, that was surprisingly effective, I think. Okay, that was a nice attack. Can we kill one of them so we can... Thank you! Down goes Raced. Down goes Thorn, and now for Zane. And he's down. Okay, the mage did actually prove some use. Contract. This rolled sheet of parchment is stamped with the official mark of the city of Hillsfar, a large stylized M set in front of a pair of crossed blades. The contract is only a few days old and makes for chilling reading. Zane, Raced, and Thorn appear to have been hired by Malthier, wizard ruler of Hillsfar, to spy on Vunlar and report back with news of any noteworthy events. Most disturbingly, the contract also mentions a reward for the head of one Sherilyn Lockleaf, whom the contract calls a known harper and an enemy of the city of Hillsfar. You should let Sherilyn know of this failed attempt on her life. I agree. And +3 boots of striding. Thorn has an unidentified battle axe. And Zane has a dagger. The Night Thief's Nimble Knife. Damage penalty -1, +2 tumble. And a bolt of piercing, potion. Ring of invisibility. Okay. Right, rest up so we can regain. Thank you. I don't know what the battle axe is. Boots of Strike, that's, con and armor bonus. This is straight up con bonus. 210. 225. I'll take this. You. Actually, I'll give this to you. You can have the Boots of Striding. I'll take the Ring of Invisibility. The knives are definitely going to be used for killing. Bolts of Piercing. I guess I can give it to you because you're probably going to want a crossbow. In fact, remove the regular light crossbow and replace it with a masterwork. And that'll be fine. Okay. Oh, wait. Armoire. Fire bullets. Sure, why not? And let's take a look in these other rooms. And then we'll speak with, what's her name? There is absolutely nothing in that room. What was even the point? Like, completely empty.
As you wish.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Follow.
As you wish.
Okay, Ashar, Eramuth.
Voonlar is safe for the moment. Well, if we were gonna hunt down...
Change your tactics. Don't help me for the locked door.
Yes?
Same with you. Let's see. Ah, chest. With +2 bolts and a gold necklace. And what do we got here?
Sure thing.
Go ahead, Larissa. Please open it up for me.
All done.
Thank you. Oh, open it. And we got another chest. With Wand of Missiles, Potion of Invisibility, and Greater Spell Mantle. I can give those to the mage. There's nothing in there but this guy, Lashan Waters, and Deputy Grimswald. Okay, tell you what. I am going to end this episode here. Next episode, we'll talk with the people who are upstairs here. Till then, I am Chestic44. I'll say names Falai. That is Luca Narani, Lyressa, Astar, and Eremuth. This has been a Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights, Tyrants of the Moonsea, and I shall see you all next time.